Hello, everyone. My name is Kafaya. I'm a community learning specialist with Do Space, and I'll be teaching the Do Space Digital After School Kid Coders session today. Just like we did last week, just a quick recap, we explored the world of Kano Code and we learned about the interface and we created our profiles just to make sure that everything that we do and all the challenges that we complete are saved up on our account, so it'll be easy for reference or to just go back and see how far you've come from when you started learning about Kano coding up until today. So like I said last week, we created our accounts and we explored the Kano coding interface. We learned about the different blocks and what they are and how to use them. So the click, drag, and place. And we also made Swiss cheese and explored different challenges like the loops and so on. So for today, the exciting thing that we have planned for today is learning to make art with code. That's very cool, right? And art is a fun activity that everyone likes to do. So why not incorporate it into something that we love to learn, which is coding? So today we would become coding artists. And these are the various challenges that we would be exploring today. We would be making paint splats, rainbow blocks, and animal stamps. But we would start from the basic, which is like learning how to build or create or paint a sunny day with code. So without further ado, let's get started with the challenges for today. So I will go ahead and share the link to the website for the challenges that we're doing today. I will go ahead and share that in the Zoom chat so everyone can have access to it. I'm putting it right now so we can work along with each other and have a very fun session today. So does anyone have any feedback from the activities that we did last week before we all get situated on the Kano Code website? So let's see. No questions, no feedback. Looks like everyone enjoyed it and had fun exploring the Kano coding world last week. So our first challenge for today is sunny day, like I said. So of course, you know how it works. The guide or the steps to follow are in the top right corner of our workspace. So, and then the blinking yellow light would also be our guide so that we don't get lost. And so let's get started. So take the first steps to making art using the power of code by drawing a sun in the sky. Let's get started. So I'm going to click on next. I hope everyone is on the same page as me. Feel free to work alongside with me and let's have fun. Okay, so I'm following the steps indicated on the screen. So I will start by setting my background color in the canvas. So to do that, I would open my draw tab. And of course, you know the routine, select, click and drag and place. Click, drag and place. So I would be changing the color of our background like this to mimic the sky. I would change it from white to blue. Just like the instruction says, let me use a deeper, happier blue. Awesome. So our next step is to select the color that we would be filling our sun. And I'm going to pick yellow, just like the instruction says, because the sun is bright and yellow in my imagination. So I would draw my circle, which is the shape of the sun, and click, drag, and place. And I would be changing the radius from 5 to 100. And see, yay, if I make this bigger, you can see my full screen and see my bright sun in the sky. So let's continue. Let me know in the chat if I'm moving too fast or if you want me to help you figure something out. I'm here to help everyone and make you understand what we're working with, and we're here to have fun, of course. So our next challenge is an update from drawing our sun in the sky. We're going to make it come alive some more. So we would be moving the sun. So for that, we would be using code to bring our art to life and to make it move. So I would click next to see more instructions. And now I'm directed to go to the control tray and click, drag, and place. So every one, I'm going to change this to millisecond. So every 1 millisecond, I want my code to draw. So I'm going back to my draw tray. For sure, I would be setting my background color like we did in the previous challenge, and I would be changing my background from white to blue. And then, who can tell me what we're doing next? Yes, we are drawing our sun in the sky. So I would be changing that from black to yellow, so as bright as the sun. And now I'm going to tell it what I want. So draw and move the X and Y axis. And for the X, I would be changing that to 400. And for Y, I'm changing that to 300. So now I'm going back to my draw tray, and now I would actually draw my circle by giving it a radius of 100. So 100. And now we have two options. When you're changing numbers, you can either tap, 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 or type it in, which is my preferred method, but you're free to do either that works for you. So right now I would be typing in 100, just like the instruction asked. And now we're moving on to the next step. So I'm opening the draw tray, and as you can see, that's my sun in the sky. So now we're going to make it look more realistic and by adding more features. So I'm drawing a fill color and changing that from black to green. Can you guess what the green thing that we're drawing is? When you think of a bright sunny day, what do you look at? You see the sun in the blue sky, and of course, very healthy and green rich grass. So we're going to make that happen here. So now I'm going back to my draw tray and I'm clicking, dragging, and placing. So now I will change my 5 to 600. And for Y, I'm changing 5 to 650. And now go back to the draw tray, select the draw eclipse width and height block, click, drag, place. And now we're changing our width from 5 to 400. Next, we are changing our height from 5 to 200. And now back to the draw tray, I would be clicking on the draw block that moves my X and my Y. So click, drag, and place right below the other block. And now we're changing 5 to 200. And the Y axis, we're changing 5 to 650, 650. So as you can see from my canvas, you can see my green grass. Let's look for a deeper hue of green. Yes, that's much greener. Okay, so now I'm going back to my draw tray. I'm going to click, drag, and place. We want to fill the grass, so we're doing the other corner. So now I would be choosing another shade of green. And now I'm going back to my draw tab, and I'm going to draw an eclipse width and height. So click on this block at the bottom right here, click, drag, and place it right here. So now we're changing number 5 to 400, and we're changing the height. So the width, we change that to 400, and our height is going to be 200. And now it's time to interact with our art. And to make that happen, we would be touching the screen or using our trackpad or our mouse. And in order to do that, we need to program our mouse to actually help us move our art. So right now, I would click in the right corner at the bottom, right here where it's blinking. I would select add parts, and it would further tell me to click on my mouse. And now I open my mouse tray, and I would be adding telling my mouse to move my X and do the same thing for Y. And now, if we go back to our art, you would see that every time I move my mouse anywhere on the screen, my son would move with me. Look at my son doing the happy dance. Da 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 da, it's a bright sunny day. Okay, so we can leave your son at the bottom, very tiny, or put it right center of the page or in the top corner. All you have to do is move your mouse anywhere you want to, and your son would move with you. It's so cool that you can interact with your art in this way. If only we could move our actual sun in the sky like this. But yes, I would let you enjoy interacting with your art for a second, and then we would move along to the next challenge. Who's excited to know what the next challenge is? Let me know in the chat. Okay, so our next challenge is to make a paintbrush. Nice. Who knew you could make a paintbrush with your finger? With coding, you can make that happen. Okay, so with code, your mouse pointer or finger can become a paintbrush. So let's do this. Add a mouse part and use the add parts button. So the add parts button is this right here in the corner. And this is my mouse. I would be adding that. And now I would select my mouse tray and it would bring me here. So select the mouse cursor and add it to the block that says when app starts. And now I would be changing my crocodile to a paintbrush, and I'm going to my controls tray, click, drag, and place. And now I'm going to change it from every 1 second to every 1 millisecond. So now I'm back to my draw tray. I'm clicking, I'm dragging, and I'm placing. The next step is to select our mouse X and put it right in front of our X. We're connecting the two blocks, and we're going back for our mouse Y and connecting it right here to our Y. Awesome. So now we're going back to our draw tray, and we would select, click, drag, and place it right below the other blocks. And now we're instructed to change our 5 to 30. Then move your mouse pointer or finger around the canvas and watch it paint under the brush. Who is ready to see how that is going to happen? So this is my finger. I'm going to place it right here on my mouse. And now I'm dragging and making art. Very, very cool. This is exciting. I wonder if we can make it change color. Let's see how we can code that to happen. So let's go back here. Okay, so now we're going back to our mouse tray. Click, drag, and place. So now back to the draw tray. Draw to fill color. So we're going to click on that, drag it, and place it. So we want it to be a random color, and that's fun because it's going to surprise you every time you tap. It'll give you a different color, right? So I'm going to go here, take the random color, click, drag, and place it right next to fill color. And now let's see what random colors we're going to get. So this is my mouse with the black color, and if I tap, it changes color. Now I'm tapping again and it's changing color. Tap, changing color. Tap, it changes color. Tap. And now I'm just going to have fun with this. And I want you to do the same. Just have fun and tap and enjoy making art with code. Isn't that cool? Who would have thought, right? Very, very cool. So is everyone up to this stage with me? Are you having fun so far? Let's keep going. Nice. Tap to change color. Tap, 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 tap. It's so cool how you don't know what color is coming next and you just tap and you get a new color. You tap and get a new color. Tap, get a different color. Yay, color, random colors. Very exciting. Okay, so let's go on to the next challenge. So now our next challenge is paint splats. So now we made a paintbrush with our code. Now let's see how we can splatter paint using code 2. So code paint that splatters with the click or tap. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to click on next to see the instruction, and it tells me to go to the draw tab. And now I'm going to draw to set a background color. And now the background color it wants is yellow. So I'll select yellow. And now I'm going to add the mouse, of course, because the mouse is our top agent in this exercise. So now mouse on, click. And now I'm going to draw using my color. So I'm selecting that it fills my color. And then back to the color tray, I would select that it fills a random color. And now in my controls tab, I would tell it how long I want it to repeat for. And now I'm changing that to 20. So I want it to repeat 20 times. Back in my draw tab, I want to tell it how to move, right? So I'm moving, going back to my mouse, telling it to move along with my mouse, move in the direction that my mouse goes. So I would tell it to do that for X and for Y. So up and down, just follow my mouse. So now I'm going to draw by moving my X and my Y. Now go to the math tray and select the block of code that says random number from 0 to 10. So here I am. And now I'm changing my 0 to -50. and changing my other 10 to 50. And now the math tray. Do the same thing for y. Change this to -50 and change this to 50. Awesome. So back to my draw tray, I would drag the block of code that says circle radius and put that right below my block of codes. And right here, back to my math tray, I would click, drag, and place. So right here, we're changing 0 to 3, and we're changing 10 to 20. Awesome. Now let's see. It says that the lightning bolt flashes each time that the code is run. So each time that we make a splash or we tap on our mouse, we would see the lightning bolt. Let's test that out first. Let's see how our code is going to splatter. So here, oops, oop, oop, oop. This is very colorful and exciting. And with every splatter that I make, it makes me happier because it's so colorful and so exciting that I'm painting without making a mess or getting worried that I'm going to stain my clothes with paint. This is very, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's see how the lightning bolt would flash every time that we try to make a splatter. Oop, oop, oop. As you can see right here, it is flashing. Very, very cool. Let's give everyone a few minutes to enjoy this challenge, and then we can continue with the rest of the challenges. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let me know if you have any questions right now. I'm paying attention to the chat box. I'm here to answer your questions, if you have any. Let me know how you're feeling about today's challenge so far. Okay, let's take a second or a few minutes so everyone can catch up with the class. I think if we keep going at this pace, we should be able to complete 2 more challenges. Who thinks we can do that? Well, I do. Okay, so let's move on to the next challenge. Right here, I'm gonna exit out of full screen and click on the next challenge. And our next challenge is to make rainbow blocks. This looks very exciting and colorful, even more exciting and colorful. It's been a very colorful day. Draw a colorful spectrum of paint blocks with your mouse. Okay, so first we're going to our control tab and we're dragging the block every 1 second. Okay, so we're changing second to frames. And now we're going to our draw tab and we're going to click on the block that says draw to move X and Y. So every 1 second, the frames would draw to move our X and Y. And now we need to go get our mouse. So we would get the mouse X and put it right here in front of X and do the same thing for Y. Awesome. And now go back to the draw tab and select the block that says draw a stroke color and thickness. So right now, Go back to color and draw the block of code right there and put it right in front, in place of the color. And now scroll down to HSV and then go to the Math tab and click, drag, and place it right in front of hue and change the addition sign to divide. So now in the mouse tray, select mouse X, put it right in front of the hue, and go to the variables tab, select the block right there and put it right here. Yay, and we're changing 0 to 8. Remember, you can either use the buttons right here or you can use your keyboard to type in 8. So change 1 to 30. I would be doing that. 3 and 0. Awesome. And now we're going back to our draw tab, click, drag, and place. Okay. Move your cursor over the canvas to see some paint strokes. Let's test that out. Are we ready to see some paint strokes? Ta-da! Very, very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I really like this. Do you like it? It's very cool. It's kind of exciting. Awesome. Let's go back to see what the rest of the challenge is. Open the math tray, click, drag, and place it right where it says draw line to X in front of that. And we're going to move get the block that says mouse X and put it right in the first block and get the same one to mouse speed X. Okay, and now back to the math tray, click, drag, and place it. Go back to the mouse tray, do the same thing for mouse Y, and back here, click, drag, and place it. Yay! Try moving the mouse over the canvas to draw rainbow strokes. Let's see. Are we ready to draw our rainbow strokes? Okay. I see the different colors of the rainbow. Nice. Very cool. Very, very exciting. Nice. Very cool. How's it going for you? Do you get the same results that I do, or does yours look any different? Is your rainbow as colorful? It's very cool. Very nice. Let's see. Of course, I'll give you a second to complete this challenge or to catch up to this task, and then we can go on to our final challenge of the day before we run out of time. Okay. So take your time, complete the challenge, and we'll do one more for the day. One last exciting one. And then you can go back and explore and just have fun with the colors. Okay. So let's get started. Let's continue with our challenge. This is very cool. Look at what we made with our code. So this code gave us this result. The code made art. It made it happen. Okay. Moving on to our final challenge of the day, which is animal stamps. Okay, so using the draw blocks, you can stamp down animal stickers with a click of the mouse. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to start by adding our mouse, and we're going to the mouse tray to select the block that says mouse on click. Now we're going to our draw block, click, drag, and place. Next, need to move the pen to the position of the mouse. You need to get the horizontal X and vertical Y positions of the mouse cursor. So to do that, let's first go get the horizontal X and go right here, click, drag, and place. Next, we would go right to the mouse Y, click, drag, and connect it right in front of Y. Awesome. So let's go back to the Draw tab, click, drag, and place it. Click or tap the canvas to stamp some crocodile stickers. Next, you can make them different stickers each at a time. So each time, but we're starting with our crocodile first. So let's see. This is me. I'm going to tap right now, and that's my crocodile. Tap again, another crocodile. If I keep tapping, I keep getting a different crocodile. Tap, 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 tap. Very exciting. So now our challenge is to make it a different animal each time. So let's see how we can make that happen. So if I go back to my coding and select next, I need to use a random sticker block to have the code select a different sticker each time. So to do that, I'm going to open my draw tray and then select the block that says random from all and put that right in place of the crocodile. And I will go here and change it from all to animals. So now, let's see what random animals it'll give me. Tap, that's a crocodile, and an elephant, and a snail, and a snake, and a dolphin, and a pig, and a bee, and a ladybug. Nice, this is very exciting. So if you keep tapping, it keeps giving you a random selection of animals. That's what the random block helps us do. So let's keep going, tap, 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 and tap, and tap, and tap, and tap again. That's very cool. So let's see what else we can do to make our stamp, animal stamp, more fun. So let's go to the math tray. We're going to make it rotate. So it would rotate from a random number from 10 to 360. So let's see, from 0 to 360. See? Wow. So not only are we getting random animals, they're all turning in different directions every time that we tap on them. Look, right here, it changes the direction of the animal. That is very exciting, very cool. So now my challenge for you is to see if you can change it from animals to something else. Who wants to tell me how we're going to go about that? If we wanted to change what we get every time that we tap, how are we going to go about that? Let me know what you think the step to do or what we're changing. Let me know what you think it is in the chat box. I'll give you a second to think about that. Okay, So what we're going to do is right here where it says random from animals, we're going to use this drop down menu to change it to, let's do food. Okay, it's almost dinner time, so everyone's getting hungry. So now let's make this bigger. And if I go and tap, you get an eggplant. You get ice cream. You get avocado, sushi, pizza, cake, tomato, pizza again. And that's a taco. And I don't know what fruit that is. And a burger and a watermelon. Ice cream again. See, different things, different every time I tap. And remember, because we put the rotation block, it turns in a different direction every time that we tap. Tap, 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 tap. Donuts and tacos and ramen. Lots of food. That just made me so hungry. There's even candy here. Very cool. So let's see. Let's try to change it to something else. Let's do faces. So right now, let me make it big. If we tap, we get this is a happy face, right? And that's a deer. And see, different faces. This is very, very exciting. Nice, very cool, very cool. So I'll let you guys have a few more minutes to explore and have fun with this. And yeah, this is very cool. Nice, very, very exciting. Look at that. Okay, so this is where we're going to end the class for today. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'll pay close attention to the chat box right now. And those were our challenges. So I want to encourage you to go on to Canna Coding on your own time and try to explore the last few challenges that we didn't get to today. And I hope to hear how it went. Maybe in our next session, but if you need to contact me before then, feel free to send me an email at hello@dospace.org. And of course, you can go on to the dospace.org website to see more classes and events that we have or webinars that you might be interested in. So let me know if you have any questions right now. I would pay attention to the chat for a few more minutes before we say goodbye for the day. But you're free to go from now. I hope to see you next time. Have a good day.